So I got an advance of $10,000 for writing this book. Chasing new forms of content is fun, but it's rarely profitable. The people who went on Twitter first, I could name them. You don't pay attention to them now. The people who were on Facebook in the early days got a head start and how many quote friends they had, but you don't know who they are right now. And yes, there was a shot when TikTok was on its upswing or YouTube was on its upswing to get in early and seem to win. But in the long run, that's not what happens. And if you had spent the last 2 years of your life trying to get a show on Quibi, well, you get to keep the money, but Quibi's gone. So I see all sorts of really cool forms of media unfolding. One of the ones I'm most interested in right now is what happens after Zoom, because Zoom set out to be good at one thing, but there's lots of things that you can do with what we're doing right now. And there are ways you can make the software better at it. It's interesting. It's challenging. It's sort of fun to go first in any of those forms of media, but it is not the long-term investment you seek. The long-term investment is simple. Anticipated, personal, and relevant messages delivered to people who want to get them. I said that 20 years ago. It's still the next big thing. For the first time in the history of mankind, you can reach people who want to hear from you for free, often, until you overstay your welcome. That idea, permission, showing up for people who are eager to hear from you, if you had started doing that 20 years ago, you'd be off to the races today. But it's not too late to start now, too. Earn the privilege. Don't yell into a crowded movie theater. Show up for the people who want to hear you.
Before I explain that, I wanted to share a few thoughts. One, it's that I've seen in my experience that too many good products, too many great products, they just go unnoticed. Too many great videos go unwatched. Too many great emails go unopened. Let's say if you have a newsletter. And lastly, too many great articles go unread. And what this has taught me is that it's not always about the quality of your product. It's about how you're grabbing attention. And so many people these days, they focus so much on the product, as you should, but don't focus enough on how you get people to give their attention to even start the conversation. So in tip number one, I want us to talk about how can we just start the conversation in the most engaging way as possible, because so many people are vying for the same eyeballs of your customers and users